Hi everyone, welcome back to Vijay Datta chemistry class. This is Purnima ma'am. In our previous video, we have done with the Riemann-Tiemann reaction. Today, I am going to explain the mechanism and some of the applications of the Riemann-Tiemann reaction. Okay, let us start first with what is the Riemann-Tiemann reaction. Already it is named as RTR, like we have studied. Now, I am taking the phenol reacts with the chloroform means CHCl3 and in presence of alkaline NaOH it gives you two products. The two products are phenol and COH at the ortho position. This is called orthohydroxy benzaldehyde, and this ortho product will be the major. This is the major product. Then it gives you the minor product also, that is parahydroxy benzaldehyde. Parahydroxy benzaldehyde. Parahydroxy benzaldehyde. Now, what is the mechanism? Let us see the mechanism. First, to get the mechanism, we have to create one steric center. Steric center is nothing but one reactive species we required. That reactive species we are getting from the chloroform. So in our mechanism, the first step is getting the reactive species from the chloroform. That is nothing but CHCl3. We can write just like this. I'll write that CHCl3 for my convenience. Now the H plus when treating with NaOH, this chloroform treating with NaOH, it loses the H plus, then it creates some negative charge on the carbon. Then what will happen exactly? See, this bond will break, it gets the negative charge and it goes out as the positive. Now what is the C minus Cl, Cl, Cl? But here carbon has the negative charge. This is called carbanion. Carbon having negative charge is called carbanion. Now from this, one of the chlorine gets this one of the chlorine gets out, but it has three lone pairs, isn't it? Carbon, every chlorine has the three lone pairs. Now this chlorine goes out, then it leaves some positive charge and it comes out as minus. One chlorine comes out as the Cl minus. Then carbon already has negative charge and now it is leaving one positive charge and the remaining one is chlorine. One positive charge, one negative charge is nothing but this one we can write directly with lone pair. Chlorine and chlorine with lone pair. This is called carbene intermediate. Now this acts as the reactive species to participate in the reaction mechanism. So this is called carbene intermediate. So they can ask the question in the RTR, which is the intermediate. Carbene is the intermediate. Carbene is nothing but carbon having the one lone pair and two bonds, and its hybridization will be the sp2 hybridization, and shape of the molecule is trigonal planar. Geometry will be like that. Geometry will be trigonal planar, like we can consider. So now this carbene intermediate will participate in the reaction mechanism. Now I am taking the phenol. This is the phenol. Now this will be, I'll write the resonating structure, like it converts into the phenoxide ion, O minus. This is the phenoxide ion. Now this phenoxide ion is nothing but here all the hydrogens are there also. On this hydrogens also present. Now I am taking this one. So I'll write the structure here clearly. What I am taking, phenol, yeah, we want double bond because here double bond shifting is there. So I'll take just like this, O minus, and here one active hydrogen is there, I am considering. For the remaining one I am not writing, right? This one will react with the carbene. Now if you shift this double bond, then exactly what happens by breaking the double bond, this shifting, then it leaves some positive charge here, some negative charge over here, and then some positive charge. So here it is negative charge, here it is positive charge, isn't it? Here, by breaking this double bond, it leaves some negative charge and it leaves some positive charge over here. This positive and this negative will create say double bond O, and here one hydrogen already present. Now this, in the lone pair positive charge is reacting, then carbon will have the negative charge, then it is Cl, and now it is the Cl, chlorine and chlorine. This is actually attacking of carbene on the phenol, that is nothing but phenoxide ion. Okay, now exactly this hydrogen shifts to this carbon. Now this H plus is breaking, then this H plus comes and attacks to the carbon. Once you listen here, then this is the carbon, chlorine and chlorine, then it has the negative charge. Actually this carbon will break and it gets the positive charge. Then what are the changes are happening here, just see. Now by hydrogen it has a positive charge, then it is shifting to this hydrogen, then whatever the negative charge is there, that negative charge will react with this H plus and will form a bond over here. Then again it is H plus is leaving, then here it is creating one negative charge, isn't it? And here already here one double bond O is there, then this double bond O or shifts this side, then as usual what happens here, again whatever the double bond we break, that comes to the normal portion, then again O minus, then it is CH, Cl and Cl. O minus CHCl. This is called phenoxide. O minus is called phenoxide. Now this one we are adding some H plus. Then that H plus comes and attacks to the OH. Then remaining everything will be the same, CH, Cl, Cl, and by adding the H plus ion, then it comes to the OH. In this step, this is the change, right? Now this reaction, now this reaction will be treated with, we see here in the alkyl halides and aryl halides, we'll study SN1 and SN2 mechanism, right? In our next session, I'll go to the SN1 and SN2 mechanism. In one video SN1 mechanism and another video SN2 mechanism, like I'll explain. So OH minus, we are giving the base and it is the SN1 mechanism will be takes place. The SN1 is nothing but nucleophilic substitution reaction. This nucleophilic substitution reaction just simply replaces the whatever the chlorines are there, they will be replaced by the OH. What is the change exactly happen over here? This OH minus is replaced by the chlorines. Whatever the OH minus has been replaced with the chlorines, then chlorine is replaced with the OH. Isn't it? So OH. It is also OH. Isn't it? Now, whatever it is happened, we can remove the water molecule from here and CH2. Then see how we are removing the water molecule here. It is the benzene, OH, and at the position carbon is there and also hydrogen is there. Now exactly here OH is there, from this hydrogen I am removing the H, OH and H, H2O, then what is left? Double bond O is left, so double bond O. So if you observe, this is aldehyde group. At which position? Ortho position. This is called orthoisomer. This is the mechanism. So what is happening in the first step? We are creating the carbene. That carbene attacks to the ortho position. Then according to the double bond will be shaped. Then on SN1 mechanism, by rehydration, then we'll get the orthoisomer. So the final product, so what is the final reaction we can take from this? Phenol on reacting with CHCl3 in presence of the alkaline NaOH, it creates the carbene. That carbene is giving the orthoisomer OH and COH. If this carbene, this is only no phenoxide ion we have taken. This is the phenoxide ion we have taken. This phenoxide ion is this carbene plus, if this carbene attacks at the para position, then the product will be para isomer O minus, and the product will be the para isomer. This is called para isomer. So if you take the carbene through the ortho position, you'll get ortho isomer. If you get at the para position, then it forms the para isomer. That is what the reaction we have studied in the starting. A phenol reacting with chloroform in presence of alkaline NaOH, it forms orthohydroxybenzaldehyde. Para hydroxybenzaldehyde, orthohydroxybenzaldehyde will be the major. Okay. Next, so these are the, if ortho substrates are present, then para is major. So when then the, if ortho substitutions are present, see here some of the important points are to have. Till now ortho isomer is major, but if any ortho substitutions are present, if any ortho substitutions are present, para is the major. Para is major. I will take one example to explain this point. Now see here, it is the phenol. It has some substrate, isn't it? It has some substrate. It has OCH3 substrate like it has. To this one, we are adding CHCl3 plus alkaline NaOH to this reaction. If you observe, to actually this is called Reimer-Tiemann reaction. So CHCl3 alkaline NaOH and phenol, then orthoisomer is a major. But on the orthoisomer, methoxy group is present. Then obviously para isomer will be the major. That is nothing but that aldehyde group OCH3 will be there only. Then aldehyde group will be attached to the para position, isn't it? Aldehyde group, this CHCl3 attacks to the para position and it will be the major. So this is one of the very important point. This is a electrophilic substitution. They can ask what happens in the Reimer-Tiemann reaction. Electrophilic substitution reaction. It is the electrophilic substitution reaction because carbene acts as the electrophile. Electrophilic substitution reaction it is. And here, what is the electrophile? Electrophile is nothing but dichlorocarbene. Dichlorocarbene is called neutral electrophile. Dichlorocarbene. It is only no. This is the neutral electrophile. It is electrophilic substitution and it is called neutral electrophile. It is the neutral electrophile. Got it, students? Neutral electrophile. So the very important points what we have done, orthoisomer is the major, and if any ortho substitution is present, then para isomer is the major, and this RTR is an electrophilic substitution reaction. And here what is the electrophile is the carbene. Dichlorocarbene is the dichlorocarbene, which is the electrophile. This is called neutral electrophile. Neutral electrophile. So this is about the RTR, Reimer-Tiemann reaction like. Okay. See, in this Reimer-Tiemann reaction, So these are the some of the points we have done. Okay, I'll go for some applications. Now come to the first application part. See, direct substitutions like furan you have taken. Applications we can do. Applications very important. I'll go through 2 3 applications. First one, I'm taking the furan. What is the furan structure? This is only no furan structure. This is called furan. This furan reacting with, they given like this arrow, CHCl3 and the NaOH, right? They given the question, the answer is, what is the answer? See, this is maybe the Reimer-Tiemann reaction. The product obviously will be the, to this oxygen, ortho position will be this. Here CHO will be added. This is called furfural. The name of this compound is furfural. This is called furan. If you take thiofuran, thiofuran is nothing but instead of oxygen you are taking the sulfur. This is called thiophene. This is called thiophene. On this arrow, CHCl3 and NaOH is there, then you are getting the same. CHO at ortho position. This is called thiofural. We can say this is the thiofural. If you take alpha naphthol also, next one, alpha naphthol. Naphthalene structure is what? This is only no naphthalene structure. The naphthalene structure is, this is called alpha naphthol. They given on the arrow CHCl3 and NaOH. Okay, alcoholic group is there and CHCl3 NaOH. Obviously, the OH containing ortho portion, it is the ring bridge like. So we have to take this one. So if you take this one, that will be the at ortho position you have to take. It is the OH, then it is the CH. So ortho position you have to take the CHO. Okay. So these are the suppose you can take any, like you have taken beta naphthol. Okay, fourth, beta naphthol is nothing but beta position in we have. If you have OH here, then it is called beta naphthol. They have given you the CHCl3 and NaOH like. So what is Reimer-Tiemann reaction? You have to go for the ortho position. Then here CHO will be added and here OH is there. Okay, so these are the general application parts of the orthofuran. Okay, see, and also here compulsory acidic hydrogen should be there. If that acidic hydrogen will react here, that acidic hydrogen only creating. So if there is no acidic hydrogen, there is no acidic hydrogen is present, no this one will be happen. Reimer-Tiemann reaction will not be present. Okay, suppose they have taken this one, fifth one, methoxy. This is also known as anisole, OCH3. This is called anisole. In this anisole, CHCl3 and NaOH they given. But see here, OCH3, does it has any hydrogen? No. So the reaction will not be formed. Reason is no acidic hydrogen. No acidic hydrogen. Okay. Okay, students, thank you so much. These are the application parts. This is the reaction mechanism. I explained how to create the carbene. That carbene attacking the phenoxide ion on the ortho position gives the major and the para position gives the minor. And also the properties also I have given. The properties is nothing but it is electrophilic substitution. The electrophile is the neutral electrophile. That electrophile is the carbene like. These are the some of the applications. Wherever you are getting the acidic hydrogen containing alcoholic group, that ortho position CHO will be attacked in presence of chloroform and NaOH. That is called Reimer-Tiemann reaction. In my next video, I'll go through the nucleophilic substitution reactions. That is SN1 and SN2 we are going to study. Okay, if you have any doubts, just you go through the video, and if you have any doubts, please ask me in the comments box. Please like, share, and subscribe my channel. Like the video. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comments box. Thank you. Thank you so much.